We'll move now to Asia, where the stocks were mixed today after the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite closed at record-high territory overnight on Wall Street. The Nikkei 225 in Japan declined 0.27% to 22,200, while the Topix index shed 0.67% to close at 1,612.05. In South Korea, the Kospi fell 0.88%, finishing at 2,201.03. Mainland China's shares recovered from their earlier slip to finish higher, with the Shanghai Composite rising to 3,201.61, and the Shenzhen Composite also advanced 1.1% to 1,747.88. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng Index was 0.57% lower in its final hours of trading. Australia's ASX 200 added 0.99%. finishing at 6,382.1, and that's its highest close in more than a decade. The U.S. stock index futures were slightly lower this morning as market participants looked ahead to another batch of corporate earnings. The Dow futures slipped 17 points, indicating a negative open of more than 28 points. Futures on the S&P and Nasdaq were both seen marginally lower. And at the commodities market, oil prices are lower today after a report allayed concerns about tightening supply. According to the International Energy Agency, markets are adequately and global spare production capacity remains at comfortable levels. The Brent crude futures were at $74.18 per barrel, down 33 cents, while U.S. crude futures were at $65.89 a barrel. Crude oil prices rallied after the United States said on Monday that it would end all exemptions for sanctions against Iran, demanding countries halt oil imports from Tehran from May or face punitive action from Washington. And while gold prices were also lower today after strong U.S. housing data dampened concerns about an economic slowdown in the country, spot gold was down 0.3% to $1,268.84 an ounce, while U.S. gold futures were 0.2% lower at $1,270.70 an ounce. In other metals, silver dropped 0.4% to $14.75 an ounce after declining to its lowest level in 4 months yesterday. Well, platinum was up 0.3% at $886.87 per ounce, while palladium was 0.3%. Well, let's take a breather from those numbers now. The national oil company of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Saudi Aramco, has shown interest in working with the federal government to boost infrastructure development in Nigeria's oil and gas sector. At a meeting between the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Ibeka Chiku, and the top officials of Saudi Aramco in Saudi Arabia, the conglomerate highlighted the areas of shared investment interest for Saudi Arabia and Nigeria. They also discussed the existing gaps in the midstream and downstream sector as viable investment options. Saudi Aramco promises to quicken conversations with Nigerian firms across the entire oil and gas value chain for mutually beneficial gains. A Nigerian farmer, Samson Obole, is promoting the use of aeroponics, a soilless technology that delivers nutrient mix directly to plant roots in urban indoor farms, eliminating the need to cultivate crops in soil. He's among an emerging group of farmers in parts of the world who are using indoor farming technology to grow crops.
At a farm in Ogun State, southwestern Nigeria, suspended yams grow in a controlled greenhouse without using soil. The technology known as aeroponics helps deliver a nutrient-packed mist that is sprayed into plant roots instead of having plant roots standing in soil or water as with hydroponics. Samson Obole grows yams, tomatoes and various vegetables on his farm. He is among an emerging group of farmers in parts of the world who are using indoor farming technology to grow crops. The greenhouse is divided into sections depending on the type of crop grown and uses aeroponic tables to supply nutrients sprayed onto plant roots.
Needed a way that was attractive to the youth, that would bring in young ones into agriculture, and also a method that is climate smart, while also pushing for what we call urban agriculture, because you realize that there is a mass exodus of people from villages to the urban center. So we need to be able to also ensure that food production can also occur in urban center.
To help reduce its dependence on oil, Africa's most populous country called for more participation in agriculture, which currently contributes about 40% to its gross domestic output. Aeroponics allows plant roots to receive more oxygen and grow faster, producing greater yields compared to conventional farming methods. As land becomes scarce and water supplies dwindle, environmentalists are looking for more sustainable ways to produce food. Urban farms make more produce available and provide jobs for entrepreneurs who want to farm in cities but don't have access to land. It costs them about $183,000 to set up the farm.
Start-up cost is usually more than what is used for soil-based farming. However, considering the fact that soilless farming allows you to do just one-time capital investment, the running cost is way cheaper than running soil-based farming. Take, for instance, in soilless farming, you don't have to worry about weeding, you don't have to worry about use of herbicide, fungicide, and all of that, no insecticide usage. Much more than that, you have fewer people working on your farm compared to soil-based farming.
The farm runs a 24-hour light and water system to maintain the mist. Each table can hold up to 121 plants. Ogbole and other farmers are embracing technological solutions to challenges like climate change and scarce land in an effort to find better ways to help feed Africa's largest population.
Nice. Now, German car maker BMW will buy cobalt, a key component for electric vehicle batteries, directly from mines in Australia and Morocco to ensure they are not produced by child labor. The announcement comes as the London Metal Exchange launched an initiative under which it could ban or delist brands that are not responsibly sourced by 2022 to help root out metal tainted by child labor or corruption. The board member responsible for procurement at BMW says that the new supply of cobalt will be used in the car maker's next generation of EVs in 2020. The world's largest known reserves are found in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the raw ingredient is often mined by small artisanal operations and supply chains are not strictly monitored. Last year, BMW said it was exploring ways to improve working conditions for mining cobalt in Congo through a pilot project. We'll see how the Nigerian equities markets are performing after this break. Please stay with us.